first. If you're expecting me to be as eloquent as Christy, then now's your time to use the restroom. Before I get into my speech, I got something on my mind. Can we talk about how amazing Jen looks tonight? I mean it. Jen, when I got to the church, you blew me away. I mean it. You look gorgeous tonight. I've never seen you look so great. So, can we get a round of applause real quick? And all the bridesmaids, you guys look very beautiful as well. So, that's lovely. You have to forgive me, I did bring bullet points. I'm not, again, I should have went first. Lower the expectation, but everything will be fine. Good evening, everyone. My name is Aaron, and I'm absolutely honored to be Dale's best man. Looking down the row here, I know all these fellows. I've known them for a while. They're either family or good friends for a lot of years, and I know it was difficult for Dale to make this decision. Ultimately, it just had to boil down to something, so he ended up deciding who was the best looking. And I think that all of us in the audience tonight can agree that it was no competition. I see here, so I would also like, I still love you, dude. I would like to take this opportunity, as Christy's done, and thank everyone for making sure they were here today to celebrate, Dale and Jen's special day. It means a lot to them. It's awesome that you guys are here, and we're looking forward to celebrating with you. I also want to thank everyone who helped put this together. I was married not too long ago. I know all the hard work that goes into putting this together. There's a lot of work, it's stressful, and everyone that was here and showed up to help, I know Dale and Jen greatly appreciate you guys. So one more shout out, I don't want to take the heat for this, so per the Grooms Requests, I've got a shout out to a special someone, Jen Grinestaff Sr. Dale, I know that it means a ton to Dale and Jen that you are here. I know you cut out a special time in your day between nap time and bedtime. And it means the world to them that you made it out to celebrate this event. So, you're the best, Dale. I love you, buddy. We were joking earlier about the punches being pulled, and I was like, yeah, I know you did, brother. I know. So, you have to forgive me. This is my first time giving a best man speech. I did what anyone else would do, and this is your first time. I went to Google, right? And I'm reading, what to say, what not to say, and what to avoid, and I'm reading and it's saying, keep it under 5 minutes, and don't make it a roast, and say nice things about the groom. And I'm going, man, this isn't gonna work out. And but ultimately, this is not my day. This is Dale and Jen's day. So I'm like, I'm gonna follow through with it. So, but I'm like, what do I say nice about Dale? And so I phoned a friend. I'm like, I'm gonna call some of Dale's family and say, look, what do you guys think I should say? And I will tell you this. So I've been in sales for 18 years now. And when I say I've never had more people hang up on me than when I was making these phone calls. It was. So I went on to the next thing you said I was supposed to do. Said I was supposed to, tell some stories about Dale. And I apologize, I don't have near as many stories to tell as Christy does that are appropriate. They say that to be appropriate, and I'm like, well, that takes a bunch out. So I thought probably the best story to tell was how Dale and I first met, because it really is. It's the best story. So I'm taking you back 15 years. It was 2006. I was working for my father at the time. I'd just gotten fired. Listen, I know that sounds bad. It was actually worse because the grandparents got let go too. So, hold on. To be fair, it wasn't my dad's fault. he expects these cars to be lined up a certain way, and you know, you don't follow suit, head's got to roll. But there was a light at the end of the tunnel. Actually, at the time, he was also my landlord, and you should have saw, he was so cool about me being a few days late on rent. He was very understanding. He'd said no personal checks though, but he was cool about it. So I had to get a job immediately. So I go to Crown. I ended up getting hired at Crown. I was the youngest guy they ever hired. I wasn't 19 yet. I was 18 years old. Most of the guys there were at least 25 and up. I'm excited. You know, I'd been in sales for a little bit at my dad's shop, and so I walk in. You know, I'm young, I'm charismatic. You know, I'm full of energy, and then I meet Dale. You know, the exact opposite. And if you would have told Dale that day that I would be up here as his best man, he would have laughed at you, because when we first met, we actually, I don't want to use the word hated, but we really disliked each other. There's a story that goes around, there's obviously different versions of it. He seems to believe that he had the food in his hand and I had put my nose in his food. I don't remember it that way. We're gonna leave it as it sits. But we initially, really disliked each other, and at the time, I didn't know much about the car business, and due to his job title, you know, he was the internet manager at the time, and his last name, I'm kind of fearful of him. I'm going, man, I better just keep my distance. I don't want to get fired. This guy, you know, shares the same last name as the owner and all that good stuff. And the longer I was there, I realized that all Dale did was hand out internet leads. I'm going, why is he here? And then check this out. I'm serious. This is gonna sound like a conspiracy theory, but follow me through this. I found out that they literally they wanted him to be employed, but they didn't want him to have any interaction with customers. Right? So I'm gonna tell you why I think that. So first thing first, you have a nice Toyota store, right? You know, Toyota's a high-line store. You get a lot of, you know, A-plus quality credit people in there, people that are business-minded. Personally, you know, if you own the store, would you want a guy with the nickname of Street Fighter waiting on your customers? Really? So, you know, there's this store, you need 8 salesmen tops. You don't need, they sell enough cars, but 8 salesmen's enough. They had they parked Dale in the very back of the store. Like you're almost in service to get to Dale. And you had 16 salesmen there. We were starving because you only need 8 guys, right? So to get to Dale, you had to pass 16 salesmen, you had to pass the new car manager, used car manager, you had to pass the general manager, you had to pass finance. So it's like they were trying to make sure to keep Dale away from actually speaking to someone. So, and then they even went to the extent of hiring someone full-time to pretty much babysit him. He was like their last defense. His name was Grant Hirschberger. No one knew what Grant did. No, literally, Grant didn't have a job. So I'm gonna tell you how I know this. Shortly after Dale left, Grant left. And they never filled his position again. So how do you have a guy that's got all these roles at work and then you don't replace him? So that's what I think. And then actually, like, we were really friends. It took actually one conversation. I was with Ryan and I was with Gary, and we were going somewhere where we shouldn't have been going. And he goes, man, let's mess with Dale. So they ended up calling Dale and not saying who they were going to put him on the phone with, and then they put him on the phone with me, and I was razzing him and giving him stuff, and ultimately, I don't know what it was, but you and I clicked, and from that time forward, like, our friendship blossomed, and then like we were pretty much inseparable. We did everything together. Let's see here, make sure I'm not missing anything here. No, I'm right on target. I give Dale a hard time, but joking aside, Dale is my brother. He's always been there for me. He's that person that I hope that all of you have this person, but the person that you don't have to worry about relying on. Like, if you have this person, you know. If I reach out to Dale, he's gonna be there. Doesn't matter what it is. And he's always been the person, with the exception of my wife. I don't wanna wake up tomorrow morning and have you staring at me and saying, you called Dale first. I call my wife first, but with the exception of that, Dale's the person that if I want to celebrate something good in my life, Dale's the first person I call. If I need to vent about something, especially because we're in the same business, he's the first person I call. If I need someone to lean on, if something's not right in my world, he's the guy I call. So, with that said, it really does make me genuinely happy that Dale found someone as great as Jen. I mean, everyone in here, I'm pretty sure knows how amazing Jen is. She's got so many great attributes. I've known Jen for, obviously since they've been together, 9 to 10 years, and she's extremely thoughtful. She's funny. She's got a great personality. When you don't first know her, you think that she's quiet, but mind you, she will become the life of the party. She will be. If she lets loose, she is the life. But she's fantastic, and I'm so glad that my best friend had found somebody like that. And I'm sure there's family members here that have known Jen for a long time. I feel like I know Jen pretty well. I feel like I probably know Jen better than most people here. I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of times they say, you really don't know somebody until you live with them, Well, I'm asking here in attendance, okay? Has anyone ever had a disagreement with Jen about the appropriate amount of breading on a chicken wing? Has anybody? Can I see you raise the hands? One person? Okay. And he's still alive, so that's good. Okay. Jen's not perfect, but I will promise you this, she is as close to perfect as it gets. So, Dale and Jen, I love you guys so much. I'm so glad that I could be a part of your day. I hope for you guys to have a long and prosperous marriage. And with that comes into my speech. So if we can all raise our glass to Dale and Jen, to Mr. and Mrs. Grinestaff.